Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're taking a really fascinating journey, literally deep inside the human body, to track down an incredible health-optimizing molecule. If you're looking to protect your cells, boost your energy, and just maximize your overall well-being, you are in the right place. Let's dive right into this.
So let me start by asking you something. What do a salmon, a flamingo, and your brain health actually have in common? I know it sounds completely like a trick question, right? Well, it turns out the pink pigment powering the incredible upstream swims of those salmon and the exact same stuff giving flamingos their iconic vibrant color is the very molecule that has the potential to absolutely revolutionize our cellular health. That molecule is astaxanthin. So what exactly is it? It's a highly potent, fat-soluble antioxidant, specifically a xanthophyll carotenoid. Now here's the catch. Our bodies cannot produce this naturally. We have to get it through our diet, but we can harvest its immense protective powers from natural marine sources, specifically a type of freshwater microalgae called Hematococcus pluvialis. You see, when these tiny microalgae are stressed out by their environment, they produce this brilliant red-orange pigment as a biological survival mechanism. Here's a quick roadmap of where we're headed today. We'll start by officially meeting this pink antioxidant, and then we'll see exactly how it acts as a cellular lightning rod. From there, we'll cover how it boosts brain function and energy, how it acts as an internal sunscreen for your skin, its total body cascading effects, and finally, we'll wrap up with the practical stuff: safety, dosage, and sourcing. Section 1. Meet the pink antioxidant, nature's ultimate protector. When you compare astaxanthin to the standard household vitamins you probably take every single day, the difference is honestly staggering. To put it into perspective, it is roughly 65 times stronger than vitamin C and 50 times more powerful than vitamin E in its ability to protect our delicate cell membranes from free radical damage. And here's another thing. It is completely unique because it never turns into a pro-oxidant. You know, many common antioxidants can actually become slightly damaging once they've done their job, but astaxanthin, no way. It stays perfectly stable. So what's the secret sauce here? Well, it all comes down to its actual molecular structure. If you look at this long chain, it has what scientists call a polar, nonpolar, polar layout. What that means in plain English is that it has two water-loving ends, those are the ring structures you see on the left and right, connected by a long, fat-loving middle section. This specific shape is absolutely crucial. It's the key that allows it to physically weave itself into our biology perfectly. Section 2. The cellular lightning rod, spanning the cell membrane. All right, let's zoom in even closer. Picture your cell membrane. It's a double layer of lipids, basically a wall of fat. Most antioxidants, like vitamin C, for example, just kind of float around on the outside of that cell. But because of that unique shape we just talked about, astaxanthin does something incredible. It perfectly spans the entire width of that double layer membrane. It literally has 1 foot on the outside, 1 foot on the inside, and a solid bridge running right through the middle. It protects the entire cell inside and out simultaneously. So why do we call it a lightning rod? Well, picture this step by step. First, when a destructive free radical attacks the cell, astaxanthin steps up and safely donates an electron to neutralize it. Second, it can actively pull an unpaired electron away from a threat. And third, and this is the truly amazing part, it physically conducts that destructive electronic energy right down its carbon chain and safely out of the membrane. It works exactly like a lightning rod on a house, taking a massive strike of energy and safely grounding it. Section 3. Boosting brain and energy, unlocking your cellular potential. Now that we see how it defends a single cell, let's talk about how it optimizes the brain. Astaxanthin has a seriously rare superpower. It can physically cross the highly selective blood-brain barrier. Not a lot of compounds can do that. Once it's inside the brain, it gets to work providing direct, potent neuroprotection. Clinical studies have shown it protects against stroke and ischemia. It actually improves working memory and attention span, and it physically shields our neural mitochondria, you know, the powerhouses of our brain cells, from oxidative toxicity. It is essentially custom-fitted structural armor for your neurons. And then there's this massive number from the research, 50%. Let me break this down. In a 6-month double-blind study looking at healthy male students, the group taking an astaxanthin supplement saw an incredible 50% increase in the maximum number of heavy barbell squats they could perform. The placebo group, they only saw a 19% increase. I mean, think about that. That is a staggering improvement in pure muscular strength and endurance just from optimizing cellular health. Okay, so how exactly is it providing this massive energy and endurance boost? Well, the science shows that astaxanthin actually reduces the buildup of lactic acid in the body. That's the stuff that makes your muscles burn and fatigue during a heavy workout. But it gets better. At the same time, it actually stimulates your muscles to stop relying strictly on blood sugar, and instead it enhances the utilization of fatty acids. Basically, it trains your body to burn fat for sustained fuel, all while limiting the muscle damage usually caused by exercise. It's a real game changer for physical performance.
Section 4. An internal skin sunscreen. Beauty from the inside out.
Let's shift our focus to the body's largest organ for a second, your skin. When you look at what happens during UV sun exposure, a fascinating chronological timeline emerges. If you're supplementing, when you walk out into the sun, astaxanthin is already waiting inside your skin cells. It actively absorbs that UV radiation. Then, it instantly neutralizes the free radicals the sun just produced. Because those radicals are stopped cold, it actually inhibits an enzyme called matrix metalloproteinase, or MMP. Now, why do we care about MMP? Because MMP literally destroys collagen. By stopping it in its tracks, astaxanthin actively prevents fine lines, wrinkles, and photoaging. It is truly acting as an internal sunscreen, protecting your skin's elasticity from the inside out.
Section 5. Total body well-being, covering the eyes, heart, and immunity. Because astaxanthin operates right at that foundational cellular membrane level, its benefits literally cascade throughout your entire body. Just like it does with the brain, it can perfectly cross the blood-retinal barrier in your eyes. This helps heal your eyes from digital screen fatigue, which we all have these days, and improves visual sharpness. At the same time, its massive antioxidant power protects your cardiovascular system by preventing your bad LDL cholesterol from oxidizing into dangerous plaque. It even gives your immune system a boost by enhancing natural killer T cells, and it lowers your overall systemic inflammation, which is tracked by drops in C-reactive protein. It's a true total body optimizer.
Section 6. Safety, dosage, and sourcing. Let's talk about how to supplement safely.
All right, having seen all these wild biological mechanisms, you're probably wondering, how do we safely introduce this into a daily routine, and what are the side effects? Looking purely at the clinical data, daily recommended dosages typically range from 2 to 24 milligrams. As for side effects, extensive toxicological studies have shown a complete lack of adverse toxic reactions in humans consuming the natural version of this molecule. It is remarkably safe. However, sourcing really matters here. Natural astaxanthin, the kind derived from microalgae, is highly bioavailable. Synthetic versions, on the other hand, are often made from petrochemicals, they contain different isomer shapes, and they just lack the proven, clinically validated health benefits. So, for sure, natural is absolutely the way to go.
Which leaves us with a final thought to chew on. With an antioxidant that structurally protects you from your brain all the way down to your skin, are you giving your cells the ultimate lightning rod? It's pretty incredible to think that a pigment-driving salmon upstream could hold the key to optimizing our own cellular resilience. Thank you so much for joining me on this deep dive today. Stay curious, keep learning, and I'll see you in the next explainer.